So let's see, 3 weeks late. Welcome to the new episode of the Orange Peripheral. This is going to be our E3 episode, one, because we didn't do one on the week of or the week after, so we're very, very late. This is going to be playing catch-up. You're going to get our thoughts on everything that was shown, and what we thought was kind of the best of show and what we're most excited about. There you go. Is that a topic starter?
That's a very good topic starter. I'm impressed.
Yay! I did something good for once. Alright, so we're actually going to go through all the conferences. I have a big old list of everybody who had a conference and what they showed. I didn't get to see all the conferences. Did you get to see any of them?
No.
Okay.
I only got to see the little tidbits and really only saw what interested me. So when we go down this list, I'm going to go either what the fuck is that? I don't give a shit about it, or oh yeah, that's interesting. I think I might care about that. Because that's what E3's been boiling down to now. It's very very low key this year. Very it's not as good as last year or the year before. I mean, it was all right, but
well, I'm thinking this year, and nothing can compare to last year. Last year is when the entire roof of the convention center just blew off. This one was, it had so many just like, ooh, that's neat. Oh, wow, that's cool. Hey, look at that. And then, of course, a bunch of games that nobody expected to be announced or released, and half of them were, like, leaked before the show. But, hey!
Okay, well, again, still a good E3. It's just, it's not as good as last year. Maybe it'll set up for a better E3 2017. Who knows?
They definitely know how to, like, start the hype machine, because as things were getting leaked, unfortunately, things were getting leaked, like, a week before the show, which really pissed me off.
Yeah, you can't start E3 without talking about the leaks beforehand.
Yeah, I know, and it made me so mad, because I was like, okay, Internet, keep your mouth shut for a little bit. I want to be surprised. And apparently they still had a lot more to save for the actual show floor, which I was very surprised. Not everything was leaked beforehand.
No kidding. I mean, there was a lot of news before E3 even started. I'm thinking, oh my god, is that really it?
Yeah.
What's left for the show then?
Yeah, exactly.
It turns out a good amount. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, they actually had a lot to show for it. So let's get down to it. And we have to start with, like, the worst one. You gotta sift through the bad to get to the good. EA's conference. I didn't see this one. Apparently it was nothing but sports. Sit down. We're almost at Mass Effect. Sports, Battlefield. Hey, hold on. We're not done yet. So, let me go through the games real quick. Titanfall 2. Cool.
For the record, Battlefield 1 does actually mildly interest me.
Yeah.
Because I want to know how the people at DICE, they've still got at least one person on there who has some artistic integrity, at least one. I want to see how they do World War I. Because you don't see that a lot in games. The last time they did that, I can remember, is the Valiant War. Valiant Hearts, The Great War. My bad. That's sacrilege. And that's fucking amazing. Because World War I starts out being, gung-ho camaraderie, and then it goes to being dark and depressing. And when shooters get dark and depressing and real on you, that's when they get good. Spec Ops: The Line, Modern Warfare 2, shit like that, So I think that it's ripe for a brand new genre. Sure, give it a try.
Yeah, and this was also true as far as the internet's concerned, which barely agrees on anything, but everybody came to a unanimous decision that keeping Call of Duty in the future is bad. Taking Battlefield back to the past was the best thing they've ever seen.
Oh, I'm fucking done with Call of Duty. Ever since they pulled that fucking Call of Duty 4 Remastered comes with the super expensive limited edition for... But, no, that's just wrong.
No.
Disgraceful even.
Yep. $80 for a remaster of a game that's almost 10 years old? I can't remember how old Call of Duty 4 is.
Guaranteed standalone release coming in a couple years or so when they stop making money from that. This is just a sucker in the rich people.
Probably. That well is run dry? Well, we'll turn that into an E3 announcement.
Ugh.
Yeah, EA didn't really have much besides FIFA, Madden, Titanfall, Battlefield, a bunch of Star Wars stuff, but nothing that anybody wanted. And finally, they saved Mass Effect Andromeda for last, from what I heard.
They know that's what they're really there for.
Yeah, they saved that all for last. They kept butts in seats, just be like, okay, finally, here's Mass Effect Andromeda! And it was like a 2-minute trailer that barely said anything, and then that was it. Good job, EA.
Yeah, I'm really excited for Mass Effect 4.
Woo! Alright, next one, on the same day, Bethesda. Bethesda didn't have too much, but they did announce a couple cool things.
They announced one thing that I want, so I'm satisfied.
Yeah, let me just go down the list here. Quake, just out of nowhere, they're remaking Quake, which makes sense. You remake Doom, might as well remake Quake.
I mean, you remade Doom, you remade Wolfenstein twice, might as well dig up these old shooters and see if you can breathe new life into them. Who knows what'll come out. So,
yeah,
hey,
sure.
If they think they can do Quake again, we'll see what they can do.
Actually, if they base Quake off the Doom engine and how that multiplayer went, it's going to be awesome.
Maybe they'll take that and refine it. I mean, isn't that what Quake was to begin with? It was taking what they learned from Doom and turning it into something kind of different.
Yeah, pretty much. It's basically if you made Doom into a big online shooter, but upgraded all the weapons, made everybody a little faster. So it was a fast-paced run-and-gun multiplayer shooter. And I actually never played Quake, so maybe this will be my chance to jump in. We also had Fallout 4 DLC, cool for people who play Fallout 4.
Lot of DLC, man.
Mm-hmm.
Almost feels like too much. Well, whatever.
It expands the playability. I mean, Fallout 4 is already huge,
but
it's getting even more.
I had installed Fallout 4. I had to make room for something else, and I wasn't playing it because I was playing other things. Why the fuck is Until Dawn 42 gigabytes? Seriously.
Jesus Christ.
It's crazy.
Whew, that's too much.
It's nuts. I don't know what I'm gonna do when fucking Skyrim drops.
Yeah, that was another one, Skyrim Special Edition.
That I'm excited for, because I've been waiting for that. Waiting for them to do, because it was inevitable. Skyrim still has new life on PC thanks to all the mods and all the upgrades and all that, and it was just a matter of time before they brought it to PS4, because fucking everything else is being brought to PS4 remastered. Doesn't look quite as good as Witcher 3 though.
It's two different companies, two different world sizes. So just the fact that they're able to do what they did, it looks pretty great. And also, if you're a PC player, if you had Skyrim on PC, you can automatically upgrade to Skyrim Special Edition for free. Because
you probably have so many mods installed at this point that the Special Edition will probably feel like a downgrade.
They also showed off Prey. So instead of Prey 2, they just ditched the whole thing and just said, okay, we're going to remake Prey. So that's what they're doing now. Doom is getting DLC, but it's multiplayer DLC, so really I don't care.
Bang bang shooty shoot.
No, this is the good type of bang bang shooty shoot. If they had more story to add onto it, I'd be so happy.
Well, I mean, you have Prey and then you have Doom. Prey to me seems the kind of average mediocre shooter that we were getting around the mid-2000s. And then you follow that up with Doom. It's just, I don't know. I think it's gonna stink.
Well, maybe. And then they had a big chunk of the show devoted towards a little bit more Elder Scrolls. They showed off the Elder Scrolls trading card game, which I said as a joke, but turns out it's real. And then Elder Scrolls Online, where... did you hear about the one lady who was really excited about Elder Scrolls Online?
No. In fact, I didn't think that people like that existed.
Okay, so there was this one lady who must have been set up too close to the microphone, because every time the guy on stage was talking about Elder Scrolls Online, he would mention something like new that was coming, like an expansion or something, and she would go, "Woo!" And you could hear it every time because she was so close to the microphone. And everybody on Twitter was going, "That lady." Like, everybody was remarking on that. It was so funny. I was just thinking, if there's going to be any running gag going on in E3, it's probably going to be Elder Scrolls Online lady. Because she was just loving every second of that presentation.
That's the thing about this year's E3. There weren't that many huge moments, so the little minor moments were all the more greater, I guess.
Did you hear about Shirt Guy?
I didn't hear about Shirt Guy.
Shirt Guy, he's like a Pokemon. He kept evolving every time the screen changed. So before Bethesda's show, you had Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb talking games in front of that. And there was this one guy. So imagine this. Sessler and Webb sitting in chairs, and then in the camera, you can see this guy in between them, just sitting back in the audience. And he was mugging at the camera the entire time. He would always look over and pull a pose or something like that.
What the hell?
So then the screen would change to gameplay footage, and then it would change back and he was wearing a different shirt. This happened twice. Where, go to gameplay, come back, and he's wearing a different shirt.
I got 5 different t-shirts he's wearing.
Well, it must have gone more... I must have missed some. Yeah, Shirt Guy. They actually had to change locations because he was too distracting. Took it onto the show floor just so he wouldn't do anything else. And Bethesda had one last thing, Dishonored 2.
I didn't care much for the first Dishonored. I mean, it was fine and all, but I don't know. I guess I'm not into that kind of thief-type stealth,
I'm just terrible at stealth games. It's my ability to play a stealth game is basically try, sneak up on one guy, kill the first dude, get caught, panic, kill everybody, and say, yeah, I'm a stealth master.
Being in first-person mode hurts a lot, too, quite frankly.
Yeah, it doesn't really help a lot.
That's why I like Metal Gear Solid better, because, and Splinter Cell. Because if you're in first person, you have reduced visibility and you can't see what's around you, and you don't have exactly the kind of awareness that you'd have in a real situation.
I'm still gonna go with I'm bad at stealth games, no matter what it is, or who it is.
Well, yeah, maybe that too, but, I'm trying to give you an out here, okay?
Okay.
I'm trying to...
Well, I mean, Dishonored still looks great. It's just, it probably won't be on my must-have now list. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Although, I did just recently get it for Steam, thanks to Steam Summer Sale. Totally not dating it, by the way.
Yeah, it could be any Steam Summer Sale.
Exactly. This could be last year's, and we're predicting the future.
Yeah.
Alright, moving on the next day. Microsoft.
Well, actually, we're dating with E3 2016 anyway. Well, so whatever.
Yes, whatever. I'm doing this now to spite you, by the way. Microsoft announced not one, but 2 consoles. The Xbox One Slim, which we all saw coming a mile away, and the new Scorpio, which can handle 4K gaming and VR.
Which was probably the stupidest move they ever could have made.
Uh-huh.
Stupidest move they could have... You were doing well, Microsoft. You were doing so well. Then you go and flub it up at the last minute with an out-of-nowhere announcement like that, completely overshadowing everything you did for that conference.
Now, I will say they had a really good show. But the thing I wouldn't have done, just from a PR perspective and from a marketing perspective, is tell people about the Xbox One Slim and the new Elite controllers they can get, which are customizable now. Woohoo!
And go on and on about how this is all it. This is the next console.
You
so
don't,
much more powerful.
Yeah, you don't advertise your Xbox One Slim and then at the end of the show advertise a brand new console that can do everything the Slim can, but also has VR support. Because now people don't want to buy your Xbox One S; they're going to wait for the Scorpio.
It'd be like, since we're dating this, okay, here we go. It's the iPhone 9. That's right, the iPhone 9 is coming out. How do y'all think about that? All right, the iPhone 9, right? It's got all those new features, gonna be more powerful. It's all right, iPhone 9. All right, before I leave though, we're also making an iPhone 9S. All right, go buy an iPhone 9. See ya.
Yeah, it's pretty much that. You just don't do that because you've completely undermined your Slim. People are going to end up waiting, and they're just going to go for your new thing. We have no idea when that's coming out, so maybe they'll just fall for it and buy a Slim, because now Slims are coming with 2 terabytes of memory, which would have been nice.
Like, there's people in the industry who don't even know what the fuck Project Scorpio is. And they clarified it's supposed to be kind of like a 32X type deal, I think.
Do you think it'll be like an add-on? Because the way they described it, it sounded like an Xbox One with 4K and VR support. So I thought it was just going to be another box.
It is another box, but it's pretty much just like the 32X. just something you can buy that you can still do your old stuff. It's still backwards compatible with all the lesser unit stuff, but you get all these new features to entice the wealthy consumer.
Well, that could be interesting, but I'm still not sold on VR. I got really close, though. And that'll become apparent once we get to Sony show, because damn, they nearly sold me on VR. Let me run down Microsoft's games. These are probably more for me, since you don't have a 1.
Nope. Don't intend to have one.
Gears 4 looked pretty good. And that's all I pretty much have to say about that.
Bang, bang.
Battlefield 1 still looked good.
Bang, bang.
Forza Horizons 3, it's a car game.
Sports.
Recore, still gonna be better than Mighty Number 9.
I think we should dedicate some time to that, too.
Yeah, we will. Final Fantasy 15 looked okay.
Ugh,
I'm not gonna give you the time to rant because it'll never end.
What are they even doing anymore? No, I'm not gonna... Okay.
They're doing things you hate, which is the best part.
This is a brand new series. Okay, we're going to start fresh. Final Fantasy 15. Okay, here we go. Final Fantasy 15. It's coming out here. Oh, by the way, there's also going to be a VR experience, Final Fantasy 15, but it's going to be just an add-on to the main game. Oh, by the way, there's also going to be an anime based on Final Fantasy 15. There's going to be something like that, too. Yeah. Oh, by the way, we're also making a movie based on Final Fantasy 15. So just release the fucking game already. What are you doing all this shit for? I'm done.
It's because it's their Final Fantasy.
Until the 16th one.
Well, hopefully they wait a few years. Anyway, Killer Instinct. The only thing they showed off is you can play as General Ram from Gears of War. That's awesome. Inside. What is that? I think that's the guys who made Limbo. I think that's their next game.
Yeah, that's the follow-up to Limbo.
Okay. I
think it might be out now, or close to being out by this time.
Let me look. But the next thing is We Happy Few. Oh, it's coming out June 29th.
Tomorrow!
Cool.
Date.
But We Happy Few, did you see the trailer they showed off at E3?
We Happy Few. You know, I don't even give a fucking shit about anything else, because really, there's one game that Microsoft had that I'm super jealous for. I really am just fucking salivating over this game.
Cuphead.
Cuphead. There's more gameplay and more trailers, and they showed a lot more of the game off, and it's just fucking amazing.
It is, but
like, I want to cry at every single frame.
I will say, do yourself a favor and take a look at a couple trailers for We Happy Few, because it's also coming to PC.
So is Cuphead.
It looks amazing.
We Happy Few.
Anyway, Gwent, the Witcher card game.
Everyone's just gonna take their hand at
the card games, yeah.
Yeah.
Tekken 7, which, the trailer that came out, it made it look like they were finally doing the other half of Street Fighter Cross Tekken. I thought they were finally doing Tekken Cross Street Fighter, but that's probably still in negative space. It's probably never gonna come out, but hey, Tekken 7 has Akuma in it.
Maybe what they were doing with that became Tekken 7, I guess.
That'd be interesting. Just say, hey, we're in a partnership with Capcom, so we're bringing all their characters in, they're going to play like Tekken.
Like how Soul Calibur has Tekken fighters in it. You know, Tekken has been no stranger to crossovers.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see why there wouldn't be Street Fighter characters in there.
Hey, whatever they want to do. More the merrier. So, this next game was leaked before E3, and I didn't want to believe it because I wanted to be surprised. But I'm so happy Dead Rising 4 is a thing. Let's bring it back Frank West, all sorts of new toys.
I still wish they used my idea of doing it at a college campus. It'd be great. It feels like we're just kind of retreading old water by going back to a mall and going back to Frank West.
Actually, they already beat you to that. Because Dead Rising 3, it's got huge cities to go to, and there is a university in one of those cities.
Oh, well.
So, good thought.
How big is the university, though?
You can only enter like the first couple floors in the basement, but it's like a...
Yeah, no, I mean like a fully open world as detailed as Dead Rising 1 was in a fucking university. I'm talking like a huge college campus here. 50,000, 60,000, 70,000 students, you know what I mean?
All dead and trying to kill you.
You can go into every classroom, you can go into all the restaurants, all the back alleys, that kind of shit. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, but with that, you don't get such a wide variety of weapons. Because, what can you use as a weapon at a university?
Well, is there a shop?
I mean, you could have that.
Maybe it's more about survival and exploration rather than about killing zombies, huh?
But that's the whole point of Dead Rising.
I think they make it work. I've got some renewed faith in Capcom lately.
Yeah, they did really good this year. Just, out of nowhere, really good.
We'll get to that, though.
Yeah, I really want to get to that.
Yeah, let's drop Microsoft and go on to the one who continues to utterly... Actually, wait. Scalebound.
Yeah.
Talk about that first.
Yeah, let me finish Microsoft. There's still stuff to talk about, trust me.
Okay.
So, Scalebound still lives, and the hilarious thing is, they announced, hey, guess what? Hideki Kamiya, take the stage, and I did a double take. I was like, no way. It's still a thing? And it's like the broiest multiplayer game I've ever seen.
So anything Kamiya does turns to gold, so congratulations, you guys got Scalebound.
I'm just hoping it's good.
I hope, I really sincerely hope it's the answer to Bloodborne.
I think you're stretching a bit too far there. You're giving it too much credit.
By that, okay, alright. By that, I mean a universally accepted great fucking game.
Okay.
That's only available for one console.
Okay. We might be able to meet you on that one.
Okay. I mean, you never know. It could be as good as Bloodborne.
I think you're stretching a bit. I actually watched the gameplay trailer they were showing off. Looks fine, but nothing's really popping out at me.
Well, you gotta give Kamiya a chance.
I always give him a chance.
Lions don't learn how to hunt.
They just know.
They do. Anyway.
I've wanted to talk about this one for a while. Sea of Thieves, Rare's game.
Yeah, what is that?
It is a pirate simulator where you can get a bunch of friends together, connect on Xbox Live, and each member of your group can become a different member on your ship. So you can assign different jobs. One can be the captain, one can steer the ship, one can be in charge of cannons and all that. But the way they showed it off was probably the most scripted thing I've ever seen. especially when they said in the trailer, these are not actors. And I immediately went, bullshit.
Bullshit, yeah.
That is some bullshit. They were overreacting to hell to nothing. So to call them not actors, I'm not buying it for a second.
I haven't even seen the fucking gameplay of it yet. It's like, I haven't seen that moment in the conference yet, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, they said these are not actors. This is not recorded footage. And I said, yeah, no, it totally is. Because you got one guy who fires a cannonball and he goes, did you guys see that? I'm going, yeah, no, this game does not look fun.
Because it's scripted every year. You hire actors every year, Microsoft.
Yeah, it just did not look that fun. I'm sorry, Rare. It doesn't look like fun.
At least you didn't make it look like fun. If it were you and I doing it, we'd make it fun. Because I would attempt a mutiny every single chance I got.
I actually had that conversation with some of the people at GameStop. I said, so what are the odds that somebody just joins a random game online and starts a mutiny and everybody's okay with it? What happens then? Do you get to push them overboard? Is there a specific action you can do to move them off the board and just have them plummet to the sea? It's an interesting idea in theory, but the way it's being presented is not helping.
I think it needs to be a bit more hands-on.
Yeah, if they release a demo, I'll try it.
And speaking of scripted, can we talk about Minecraft as well?
I'm so glad you brought that up. That was going to be the next thing. Oh, that Minecraft presentation it hurt.
That I did see a little bit of, but I was so off-put by the, hey, there's my friend, I'm gonna hop around now. This is my realm, I created it all myself. Oh, watch out for creepers, get him, get him, get him. Oh, you got him. Alright, let's go.
No, that was almost as bad as the kid playing with the Connectimals when they were first announcing that. No, that is terrible. No, first of all, you dedicated like 10 minutes to Minecraft? That's 9 minutes too many. And another thing is, yeah, you've now got connectability, and a lot of you will probably correct me if I'm wrong, but you've got connectability between PC and Xbox. So now you can invite your friends in who are playing PC, which is cool. And you're introducing a bunch of like texture packs and all that. Yeah, that's cool. Why are you spending this long on Minecraft?
Holy shit. I just remembered. Minecraft exists. Thanks, Microsoft, for reminding me about that.
Yeah, if they actually just came out and said, hey, guess what? Connectivity between PC and Xbox? It's coming here. New texture packs, new awesome stuff.
No.
It's done.
You gotta use the E3 voice, man. We know that Minecraft has been a powerhouse in the indie scene for years, and we hope to have its continued existence and its continued strong grip on the indie market going forward. Now, we have connectability between PC, Windows 10, and iOS and Android devices through Pocket Edition.
Good lord.
Here at E3.
God, you are way too good at that. Oh, that's scary good.
I pick up on that shit. It's the same bullshit, the same manufactured crap that's being fed through some focus-tested crap. It's like, this is what we want the investors to hear.
See, this is why I like it when somebody comes out and basically crashes the party, and that's what's going to be happening in the next conference we talk about.
Could it not be Aisha Tyler?
No, don't worry.
Okay.
We got something better. That's the last two games on Microsoft's list were State of Decay 2 and Halo Wars 2, which both got just a little bit of limelight, just like a trailer or something like that, which, you know, cool, but Halo Wars 2, that's probably been in the works for like 7 years.
Too soon, man. Too soon. Didn't you guys close the developer of the first game?
Uh-oh. Well, hey guys, another Halo game.
Hey, yeah.
And actually, I made a joke about that. I said, so they're going to end the show with a Halo game, right? And then it was Halo Wars, and I was like, oh, shoot, I forgot that was coming out. Yeah, Halo Wars 2 is a thing.
I kind of almost forgot about Halo Wars, to be frank.
No, I did too. I was just like, well, okay, there's 6 Halo games, right? Oh, wait. They did have a strategy game.
Halo 6 is next year.
Yeah, they'll announce it and then it'll come out in November, so that'll work. Oh, can I give some praise to Microsoft? And we'll get the direct contrast with this when we talk about Sony. But, something I noticed with Microsoft and Sony, because they were the two big guns here, and we'll get to Nintendo afterwards, but...
Nintendo's little pea shooter that happened to be filled with a fucking really deadly C4 bullet?
Yes! But, Microsoft and Sony. Microsoft had games that they were showing off for the first time that were coming out this year. And that's something they've been getting really good at is, hey, guess what? Here's the game, or here's some extra content. Guess when it's coming out? Really soon. And then Sony, they've gotten into the habit, and it's kind of a bad habit, of showing off really cool stuff for like next year. Or to be announced.
Yeah.
I think they got to work on that. That's like one of my big negative points for Sony. And it's not that big of a negative point. It's just they get you hyped up for something way later.
The concept seems fine, but seeing it work out in gameplay might be something else entirely else different.
Right. And I'm saying there's nothing wrong with hype. It's just when you get people hyped up, if you want them to stay hyped up, you say, okay, check this out. When are you going to get it? In a couple months. Not a year and a half from now.
Coming 2023.
Ah, God! Oh, is that Kingdom Hearts release date?
Kingdom Hearts. 2.987. Ah!
Please don't say that. It might become a reality.
Haven't heard anything else.
Yeah, I know. They're actually going to come out with more this December, but Anyway, let's talk about Ubisoft.
Ubisoft. Yeah.
I was warned about Ubisoft's press conference and the fact that it was going to be bad, but I never expected it to be bad immediately.
Could you say it was iconic?
It almost got the word right. But the game they started out with was Just Dance 2017, where a bunch of people just jumped out on stage, started dancing. I think there was a guy in a giraffe suit, and they were all dancing. And Twitter basically imploded at that point. They went, well, this is the worst thing ever. Stop.
Hey, guys. Memes. You know, I'll bet that's what they were doing. I bet some suit said, it needs to start with the dance party so we can get their attention with memes and giraffe soup because random, yes.
And I wasn't even there for like 3/4 of that one, and I was just hearing horror stories over Twitter. It was so bad. And the person I was referencing a little earlier, somebody who comes out and just basically crashes the party, was actually the South Park guys. They never take the show seriously and basically make fun of it every moment they can get.
Well, they're allowed to. That's kind of their job.
And I'm so glad, because that Ubisoft conference needed something to bring it out of the mud.
I'm actually really excited to play South Park, The Fractured But Whole.
I love that title. That is a brilliant title. And it's also taken I think I heard it's taking the style of a Fire Emblem game.
Oh, really? Strategy RPGs?
Yeah.
Well, now I'm really on the fuck board.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So that sounds cool. Let me see. We also had Ghost Recon Wildlands.
They still make those games?
Yep, they still make a Ghost Recon, and guess what? They announced DLC for The Division.
Oh, God.
Nobody's playing that anymore. You remember that game? Nope. Can I still fall through the floor? Yep.
I don't remember most Tom Clancy games.
It's probably because there's so damn many.
I mean, you remember Splinter Cell, but even then, it's hard to tell those apart sometimes.
They had some weird game called Eagle Flight. It's like, you take control of a bird and then you fight things. I think.
Well, the thing about Ubisoft is, hold on, let me take a look at this here. Oh, Eagle Flight. Is this like a VR game or some shit?
Oh, it probably is, now that I think about it. No, it says PS4 and PC. Yeah, it's a VR exclusive. You get to be a bird!
Oh, goody. I can't wait to pay $5,000 to be able to fly like an eagle from my living room. When instead I could probably take that money to do a round trip around the world in a plane and actually fly.
A different kind of bird.
Yeah. I'm not sold on VR either, obviously.
Yeah, they announced another VR game, at least I think it is. It's the new Star Trek game. Yeah, it's a VR game.
Nah.
Yeah, Ubisoft, you didn't have that good of a show. You did try to pep it up around the end, because you showed some more For Honor, which I'm kind of interested in. It's kind of like that, it's almost like Deadliest Warrior. I hate to say that, but you get a bunch of guys from different time, and they all fight with a different type of combat system. It looked interesting. So For Honor looks okay. And Trials of the Blood Dragon, that's a thing that exists. Just take Far Cry Blood Dragon, that crazy 80s, 90s feel of a game that was a parody of every single thing imaginable, and put it in the motorcycle stunt game. Yes! Is that a yes? I don't know.
I don't know.
I haven't played either.
I mean, I always think that Ubisoft is better as artists rather than publishers.
Yeah, and Grown Up, the sequel to Grown Home, I think. That's like their little artsy game.
I didn't like Grow Home that much.
Really?
Yeah. I thought I would, but it just didn't grab me. Maybe I should give it another try. Maybe it'll grow on me.
That joke was almost as bad as Watch Dogs 2.
Everybody wanted a sequel to this, didn't they?
Oh, I'll give it this. Not even 5 seconds, and it was already a better game than Watch Dogs 1. Because 1, it didn't have Aiden Pierce. 2, it seemed to have a bit more personality, which it didn't have much to compete against. But I think it's going for like over the top, edgy kinda, because there's a guy who wears like this face mask, and his eyes become like emoticons or something like that. So it's trying way too hard, and I kind of feel sorry for it. It's like, no, please, Watch Dogs, we need to talk. Just sit in the chair.
Watch Dogs just seems like hindered potential through and through.
I mean, the hacking was fun. It's just everything about the story, main character, pretty much everything else was a train wreck.
There's better open world games I can be playing.
Yeah, like the 10 other Ubisoft open world games that they made.
Ugh.
Speaking of which, we got a brand new open world game, Steep.
Steep?
Steep. It is a snowboarding open world game.
Oh yeah, I saw this. I'm actually a little interested in this one.
I'll say I'm interested too, especially when they were like, we're trying to get the realism in this, and then a guy just dies right next to you. It's like, oh yeah, the realism of extreme sports snowboarding. A guy just died next to me.
It seems like this could be like what snowboarding, like Steep is to snowboarding, what like dirt is to off-road racing, or skate is to skateboarding. You know what I mean?
I can see that, and I like where they're going with this. I just don't know how to work.
I do like the GoPro mode.
That is cool.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and just the fact that it's kind of more like a chill game, where, you know, you can just parachute down and look at all the lush scenery, all the snowy mountains and everything, and that's kind of neat, but I'm just not sure what attitude they're going with here.
Well, it just announced it first, so maybe they're just showing off that, hey, you can be able to snowboard down these mountains. Maybe they'll develop more on it.
No, maybe.
I just think it'd be a cool open-world snowboarding game. I think that'd just be awesome on its own. You know, like what Skate was. In fact, that sounds kind of amazing. Yeah, let's go with that.
Hey, go for it.
I'll go ahead and pick up an awesome wintry-based open-world snowboarding game. As long as it's not shit.
Wait for the reviews, and for me, I'm going to wait for a price drop, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'll wait until the PlayStation Plus,
Alright, you ready for the big gun?
Yeah, let's go. Speaking of the PlayStation Plus.
Hey!
Hey!
Sony! You did it again. You had some competition, but not much when you started doing, like, amazement after amazement. Starting out your show with a God of War reboot was a good choice. Not so sure about this God of War, though.
I'm not a fan, really.
Dad of War!
Mainly because God of War, to me, is all about anger. I mean, in the first game, Kratos is angry because Ares is fucking with him. The second one, he's angry because the gods have betrayed him. The third one, he's angry just because that's all he knows anymore, is just kill everything, you know? In every game, he's just angry. The music shows that. Everything he does, he's all about anger, and, you know, he's irrational as fuck, and that's what makes him so awesome. But in this one, he's a dad, he's got a beard, he's low key in consideration, and I'm just saying, wow, this is a lot like The Last of Us.
Yeah, you know what I'm waiting for? Because somebody made the perfect joke about this new God of War. Did you see the trailer? Gameplay and everything?
Yeah.
You remember when his kid accidentally shot him? Like, trying to shoot the troll or something like that? Accidentally shot Kratos. And, somebody said perfectly, well, his therapy must be working. He didn't rip his kid's head off.
I'm just expecting the little circle icon to appear over his kid's head. I mean, hey, he killed his last one!
Yep, play some bets here. Kid's gonna get kidnapped or killed, and Kratos is gonna lose his shit, shave his beard, and destroy everything in Norse mythology.
I just hope that he gets angry again.
He probably will, just not in the beginning. You're gonna have to wait for the anger. Let's see, something else. Days Gone. I can't even remember what this is.
Everyone keeps telling me it's kind of like Ride to Hell Retribution.
Yeah!
Except it's kind of like it's like a zombie biker game, except more like bikers. So automatically it's not like Ride to Hell Retribution at all.
Yeah, this one was really clever how they showed this one off, because they showed the first trailer, and at the end of it, you thought there's gotta be something more. What are they hiding from us? And nobody knew what this game was because everybody was making that Ride to Hell just comparison immediately. Because bikers, guy looks like Jake, and it's just, you're riding around, you got angry people on bikes. Yeah, but what else is there? And then they showed gameplay of Days Gone at the end of the show, and everybody went, oh, it's a zombie game.
But with bikers.
Bikers and zombies. And the amount of zombies on screen, it kinda made me feel bad for Dead Rising. Get this engine to the Left 4 Dead guys and have them make a third one, because holy shit, that was awesome.
I'll keep it on the radar for now.
Yeah, we don't know as much as we've seen, so more info.
Zombies are really hard to reinvent,
Mm-hmm.
At this point.
I'll admit. Hey, speaking of a zombie, something came back to life last year and was now given a release date, The Last Guardian.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Crash Bandicoot.
Well, he came back in a manner of speaking, but yeah, The Last Guardian got a release date. Hope you guys enjoy it. I won't be playing it because it looks like crap.
I don't give a shit about Team Ico games. I didn't like Shadow of the Colossus, thought it was boring and dumb. And I don't care if people think that it's great, because it might be to them, but shit to me.
The musical stylings.
And I think that Okami was a better fucking game.
Oh my gosh. How could you? I mean, I totally agree with you, but how could you?
I mean, I appreciate Sony for supporting more of these artsy type games. Microsoft, it's all about the shooty bang bang, what we think that our demographic would like types games, but Sony goes a little bit more out there and has more artistic decisions, I guess, more games like the Unfinished Swan and Rain and Sound Shapes, things like that.
Mm-hmm. I think I know why, though. Because the PS4 is blowing the other next-gen systems out of the water, they're able to take chances now.
Mm-hmm.
They can be like, oh, this new game? Well, here you go. And they also have another ace up their sleeve, but we'll get to that here in a bit. Horizon Zero Dawn got some more gameplay. It looks alright. Probably won't get it on release date.
I still don't care about this. I mean, it just looks like the most generic fucking game I think I've ever seen.
People are going crazy about it because, one, female protagonist, and two, you're basically fighting Dinobots.
That doesn't interest me too much.
Okay. Well, how about Detroit Becomes Human?
This is where I'm probably gonna get a lot of shit for this. Because that shit, I'm all about that shit.
This actually looks really cool.
I'm all about Detroit Become Human. Now, Mr. Cage, Mr. David Cage, creator of Heavy Rain and Fahrenheit and Beyond Two Souls. I passed upon your last game because it looked like shit. It didn't seem to be about a good storyline or a good mystery or anything. It was all about Ellen Page doing stuff because you were so happy you could get her in a leotard and in a mocap suit, I'm sure. But you went back to your Heavy Rain roots, and I liked Heavy Rain a lot. I know people have problems with it, and there are issues, but I liked it. It was fun, and I really enjoyed the mystery. I get where David Cage is coming from when he wants to have emotion in his games. You know what I mean? And I think and I love the idea of having multiple bad ends in a game, and your death may not be the right choice, but it is a choice that you can make,
Yeah.
And it's just the way the game's going to unfold. I'm just like, all right, yep, I am on the fuck board.
It also looks absolutely gorgeous. That's the other thing about David Cage games. He can make them look really good, but most of the time the story can't live up to how good it looks.
It's totally a David Cage game, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
It's about a robot who doesn't have emotions. So he needs to make decisions based on emotion. How can he live with the struggle? It just seems right up his alley, you know what I mean?
No, I completely understand. And what they showed off was actually a pretty good introduction, just showing all the multiple ways something could either go wrong or right.
All on board.
Good on ya. All right, I've got a story for this next game. Watching this live, and they start showing off a specific game. Looks like a horror game. And you're going through this house, and my first thought was, there's no way they resurrected PT, right?
Well...
Right?
Well...
Right?
Well... Maybe Sony didn't resurrect PT.
But then the title came out, Resident Evil 7, I flipped my shit. I was like, there is no way! But yes! That is awesome!
But it gets better.
Oh, they had a demo that very night. Not for us Eastern timers, but eventually they got a demo, and it's pretty much PT.
It is practically PT, yes.
Yeah. It's a first-person horror game, which is a first for Resident Evil, so it's very weird to me. But, it's actually a horror game now.
I figured out who's going to be the director of Resi 7. It's the same guy who directed Mercenaries 3D, but he also directed Revelations and Revelations 2. And I fucking love Revelations 2.
I'll have to see, cause I liked Revelations.
Revelations 2 is just as good, I think. Maybe even better. That little dodge roll mechanic they added really adds a lot of depth to the combat. It's really interesting. I feel like I should play some soon.
Yeah, the thing with Resident Evil 7 and now actually having played the demo, and this is just a taste. Capcom is saying this is a taste of what to expect. This isn't actually in the final game. And it gives you an example of combat, kinda. It gives you an example of difficult puzzle solving, which I greatly appreciated.
I haven't figured everything out yet.
And it actually gives you authentic scares. It's not the jump scare at the end, it's all the little stuff that messes with your head.
The mannequins.
Oh, I love that!
I love mannequin horror like that. It's the best.
Go, more of that, please, and we're getting more of that, please. And if I'm right, people are saying this takes place within the same continuity as Resident Evil 6. So hopefully it won't be stupid.
Well, remember, it's the guy who's made the last few good Resident Evils in the past few years, so I think we're in good hands.
Yeah, but it's just so weird to be in first person now. That never happens in Resident Evil.
I don't think they even said it was going to be in first person, did they?
No, it is.
Oh.
It'll be a first-person horror game.
Well, hey, didn't we all cry foul when Resi 4 was going to be behind the shoulder?
Yeah, I'm hoping lightning strikes twice with this bold design choice. Please let it be good. Capcom, you're on my good list again. Like, really good list.
Well, I think we're in good hands. But anyway, let's get to the main moment of E3.
So, Resident Evil 7 was basically the kickstart for Sony's VR, which they announced a price for it. Yay, VR headset. But they showed off a bunch of different VR games like Battlefront, Batman, Call of Duty had a little bit of VR support. Farpoint is a game that exists. Final Fantasy 15 has a VR thing. And so skipping all over the VR because me personally, I don't need VR right now.
What about Danganronpa VR?
No, if they actually showed it, I might have been interested. But skipping past all that, then they announced Crash Bandicoot. No way! Oh wait, you're just remastering the first 3 games? Well, I guess that's okay.
Maybe that'll gauge interest to make a 4th game.
Oh, maybe. And then Skylanders. Woo! And then Legos. Yeah! And then Kojima takes the stage.
See, this is my favorite moment in E3, when Kojima took the stage.
He just took his sweet time walking down onto the main stage.
The curtain opened to raucous applause, and it's like Daddy was coming home from the war, and he just walks across the stage. A celestial bridge of lights is paved away across him, but he says, "Nah, fuck that, I'm Kojima," and he just walks right past it to say that he doesn't need a bridge to walk on air. It's like the father has returned, and the way he just smiled at the audience and just claps his hand and just said he's back. It's, oh God, it was great. It's like, you know, you see a guy break up with his wife of like 30 years. And then he's like, is he okay? And then he comes back, he's got a brand new suit on, his hair's all cut up, he's smiling, he's happier than he's ever been, and just wipe a tear away. Just, good for you, man. Good for you.
No, that was a brilliant entrance, and then he showed off his new game, which I don't know how he made something this quick that looks that good. He must have brought over some of the bare bones of the Fox engine. But Death Stranding is his new compilation game with Norman Reedus. I really hope he brought some of those ideas over from Konami.
Something interesting to notice.
Huh.
He says it's all about ropes.
The ties that bind.
In the way the strands work too. Like, it's going to be all about ropes, symbolizing about ropes. If you look at all his interviews, he's been really cryptic about this. Action games have been all about sticks, but now we need to add like a rope or something like that. And I thought about that, and apparently people have been noticing that the dog tags or whatever that he has on him is like his little necklace. It's got some realistic weight to it, I think. So maybe it's all going to be around realistic whip-like physics. That's my theory right now, and that's really all you have at this point is just theories.
Yeah, we just have a brilliant-looking trailer, and then that's it. Just a name, the fact that it says a Hideo Kojima game, Norman Reedus, and Norman Fetus, and then that's it.
My favorite one is Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus.
Which, by the way, that Norman Reedus where he's like holding the fetus and he's crying, that became a meme immediately.
New favorite meme.
It's pretty great.
For the moment, for the month at least.
Right, yeah, for the month. As soon as July rolls around, it's just nothing.
Next one.
Next one is actually Spider-Man, Insomniac's take on Spider-Man.
Cool. Next one.
That's it. And then they showed off the Days Gone thing.
Yeah, alright.
Last but not least, Nintendo had two things. They showed off...
three, kind of.
All I know is they showed off Pokemon for about 45 minutes, and then they showed off hours upon hours of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
I had a lot of skepticism when I first saw it, because Skyward Sword really hurt me. More than you'll ever know. More than it's...
But...
Then I saw more of it, thought about it, and realized. And then they said that they're not going to have any motion controls. They're going to be totally optional, and I can just use a regular gamepad. And I'm like, okay, now I'm on board.
I'm ready for a new Zelda game. I don't know about any of you, but this looks awesome.
Now I'm fucking ready for a new Zelda game. Now that we've got all these gimmicks aside, it's like, you know what, let's just take all the bullshit away and just make ourselves a damn good Zelda game. We're not gonna have any, we're just gonna strip everything away. It's gonna be all about an open world and exploration, and that sounds like a good thing. That sounds like a very good thing.
Yeah, just the fact that they completely, like, the Zelda formula that gone. They have reworked this from the bottom up to be an adventure game, a survival game.
You know how Splatoon was Nintendo's take on the multiplayer online shooter and the MOBAs?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is their take on a huge open world Western RPG.
Exactly.
From the equipment and the combat and all that. Just uprooting everything, because when they make a fucking formula, the game sucks. Skyward Sword. Fuck.
Yeah. Think of it this way, for those of you who didn't see anything about Breath of the Wild. You know how Zelda games, they have a bunch of different dungeons that you can go to, but Breath of the Wild can be beaten without visiting a single dungeon. Not only that, but there are no more hearts laying around. You actually have to eat food. You have to cook it. What's another thing? You can snowboard on your shield, but you actually have degrading weaponry. It's just a lot of cool things that they've added, and a lot of people absolutely started bitching, saying, oh, degradable weaponry, what is this? You can, pick up a sword, down the hill from where you got the last one. Shut up.
Maybe it's a quest for the Master Sword, the unbreakable sword, and the unbreakable shield, and the unbreakable... Yeah, you gotta work hard for that Hero of Time shit.
They actually did show off the Master Sword.
Yeah, maybe it's not at the beginning of the game. Maybe it's, at the end of the game, towards when you beat Ganon, if there even is a Ganon this time around.
Yeah, that's gonna be weird, because they also had voices. And Aonuma did say that this is going to be voiced. Probably not Link, but everybody else is going to be voiced.
I think they said Link wasn't going to be voiced. Oh boy! Wouldn't it be great if they voiced him again?
No. No, if you keep your protagonist silent, everybody else can talk, that's fine by me. Cool, huh? You can make me do the duck walk! But no, seriously, Nintendo, you only had 2 things to show, but out of those 2 things, you basically made a showstopper. There were hour-long lines just to try out Breath of the Wild. You did it again.
Nintendo makes the best franchises, you know? Now, I'm just curious. Next question is, what's the NX gonna be?
Oh, that's a very good question.
Because the NX is going to be like a Wii, like, not exactly a successor to the Wii U, because Breath of the Wild is going to be on Wii U and NX.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be the same game. Nothing's going to change. Though maybe the NX will have some higher visual graphics or whatever.
Right.
But there's still so much mystery around the NX. It's going to be this huge game changer. It's something different. That's why Nintendo's being so hush-hush. It's going to reinvent things like the Wii did, probably. So I'm wondering, what the fuck is it going to be?
Yeah, there's been speculation all over the place. And one of the things I did hear that I believe Aonuma confirmed for himself is the NX version of Breath of the Wild is actually going to be a higher visual quality. So for those of you who thought the pop-in on the Wii U version was going to be constantly happening, I don't think it's going to happen for the NX because it's more powerful.
I guess it just depends what the NX is. I mean, if it's worth it, I'll pick it up for the NX, but if it's not, I'll just get it for the Wii U. Mm-hmm. Either way, I'm still gonna get this fucking game. I'm sure everybody else will, too.
Oh my god, it looks so cool. Did you hear the rumor that the NX is gonna run on cartridges again?
I wouldn't mind that. Instead of going through optical media, it goes through solid storage devices.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be great. That'd probably cut down loading times a lot.
I totally agree with that. Good job, Nintendo.
Maybe not like the NES cartridges. I mean, I'm talking like SD cards and shit.
Yeah. Like the media of today, not like those giant-ass cartridges of old. Now, there wouldn't be any room for that, but if you started bringing your games on something small like an SD card...
What if you could play your 3DS games on these cartridges?
Oh my god! Put them on the big screen.
Yeah. Something to think about. You know, a lot of potential.
Oh, wait. Okay, think of it this way. I like your SD card idea.
Mm-hmm.
But think if the NX had not only the SD card slot for your NX games, it also had a slot for 3DS games where you can put them in the NX and you could sync up your Wii U gamepad to the NX to use as the second screen on your 3DS.
Maybe they'll finally add a DVD player.
Yeah, just DVDs, no Blu-ray. No ultraviolet, just DVDs.
No 4K, just...
Yes, so the NX2 is going to have DVD HD. We're still stuck in the past, guys.
And then the NX3 will have Betamax.
It just keeps going backwards.
NX4, now with 13mm reel-to-reel footage.
Oh, dear Lord, we found a port for cassette tapes. How old's our old crowd? Well...
8 teraflops, 8 tracks.
Oh, man, he's already got the marketing ready for it.
The shit writes itself because the NX could literally be anything. It could be a blowjob dispensing machine.
Yeah, it could be that also fires money into Nintendo's pockets. Who knows? You know as soon as they announce details, it's going to sell a lot. Just as long as it doesn't end up like the Wii U.
You know, as soon as they announce it, everyone's going to complain.
Yeah, I think that's the first time I've ever seen a Nintendo console where people were like, you want to talk about Mighty Number 9?
Yeah, I guess we'll close it out with Mighty Number 9.
Okay. Mighty Number 9's a piece of shit.
Okay, that's it. See you next time.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine by me. To add insult to injury for Mighty Number 9 being one of the most horrific failures of Kickstarter, the demo for Bloodstain's Ritual of the Night came out that same week, and the demo that all of us 60-plus backers got for Bloodstained is miles better than the completed version of Mighty Number 9, which is better than nothing.
I could take 30 seconds to write down 10 games that are way better than Mighty Number 9. In fact, I walked into Walmart the other day, and as I was walking through the games, I saw the box copy of Mighty Number 9. $30. And then I walked over, and then I saw the box copy of the Mega Man Legacy Collection. $20. So I could get 6 excellent, perfect Mega Man games, or I could get a shitty knockoff Mega Man game.
Mighty Number 9 is straight up garbage.
It is garbage.
It is a terrible kind of garbage that crashes consoles.
Mm-hmm.
It is the type of game that was delayed on release date. You don't make this shit up, but just the fact that the train kept on rolling of just humiliation. It kept going even on the day it was released because backers didn't get their codes until the day after release date.
I haven't seen a betrayal this big from Keiji Keiji Inafune broke my heart. I haven't had my heart broken this bad since Lance Armstrong revealed he did drugs.
Inafune, you have now learned that making big promises can be cruel, especially when you can't keep them.
And he doesn't even care, it seems. He's just lost all of his passion, all of his drive. It's just, we'll make it good enough. It's fine. Yeah, we'll have the explosions look like pepperoni pizza.
And it got so bad that the official Sonic the Hedgehog Twitter said, "Congrats on the launch, guys. It's better than nothing." That was hysterical.
To give credit to Jimquisition for this, you know it's bad when Sonic is bashing on you. Sonic.
Yeah. That's really bad. So, a lot of people are soured on crowdfunding. I actually have hope because Bloodstain showed up at just the right time to kind of soften the blow.
Ukulele as well. People are saying that that's amazing as fuck.
And that's the one thing I noticed that Mighty Number 9 didn't do that Bloodstained and Ukulele have done. They've updated everybody.
Right.
Like, Mighty Number 9 kept quiet, kept pushing stuff back, but Bloodstained, we're getting updates. We're actually getting feedback, where Igarashi just posts something on there, he posts a new screenshot and says, "How does this look? Let me know." And then he takes that feedback, puts it into the game. The Ukulele guys, whenever something comes up, they say, "Hey, here's what's going on. You're going to be able to see the game. Here's the new trailer. Here's some new art assets. What do you guys think?" They're actually talking to their backers. And that lack of communication, that lack of communication really destroyed Mighty Number 9.
And then it just got worse and worse and worse, and then people cried like an anime fan on prom night.
That was the worst thing ever!
That's how I knew that, this is going to be something specially bad, isn't it?
And it even got to the point where there is no possible way it could be good. It had sunk all the way down, and there was a possibility it could go lower, and that trailer just completely destroyed that. Just thinking, yeah, it can get worse. It did get worse. Ay. Alright, I'm done bitching about Mighty Number 9. You have anything else to say?
Well, there's a whole bunch of other games you could buy instead of Mighty Number 9. That's about all I gotta say about it.
Like Virtue's Last Reward.
And Zero Time Dilemma.
Time Dilemma.
That's a good one too.
You can also buy, just buy all of Zero Escape.
See, this is where, this is the only chance where I'll have to say this, but I feel bad, but I don't feel bad, because I have the game right now, and you don't.
Yeah, I know.
And that's crazy, because I almost pre-ordered it from Amazon.
Ooh, wow.
But I got it from Best Buy instead.
Good on ya. Good on ya. I had no idea this would happen.
I was almost about to, it was in my cart and everything, and then I thought, wait a minute. I'll go to Best Buy instead. Maybe that was me, I don't, my head. Maybe that was the past me or something. I don't, I need to lie down. I'm done with this episode.
Sounds good. We'll see you guys next time.